This wonderful, wonderful Wednesday night. We're going to be talking about the TikTok ban trial and kind of like what all the bullshit is around it. We're going to watch a Russell Brand video, which kind of explains it a bit more in depth, and basically the hypocrisy of those people trying to ban TikTok, quote unquote, considering the fact they actually get money from them, and lobbying is significantly involved with TikTok. And the fact of the matter, they're sitting there saying, "Oh, well, they're stealing people's data," but they don't care that Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, etc. do it. Steal people's personal private data. They're trying to say, "Oh, the Chinese government uses it to spy," or like they're in cahoots with the Chinese government. Which, I mean, it's pretty well known that most big tech companies are involved with their respective governments from the country of production. But we'll go ahead and hop on over to that real quick. So give me 1 second. Sign in here real quick.
Thank you.
Would I rather have chips? Bitch. Make you rich, but it would even not to make like a bitch. Bitch. Yeah, it's girl. It knows that much. Oh, my dumbass. I forget I have two-factor authentication sometimes. It's kind of fun. Good enough to get my text back, but it would good for me before I ever want you back. To the end. Alright, so I go to my library. Alright.
Oh no!
So I'll go ahead and switch over here. Fuck you, fuck you. Let us see. Might be able to do this.
Are stealing your data and spying on you. Do you mean like everyone else? Yeah, but they're also Chinese.
That's
How
goofy.
you 6.3 million awakening wonder.
So normally it'll show up. I find this hilarious. Oh, we're magically not gonna work now. Goofy shit. Looks like I'll have to fix this real quick, chat, so bear with me here. I don't know why it always feels the need to want to do this. See, there we go. That's what I was looking for. But no. Gotta be goofy about it. Alrighty, so move this under here. Alright, go ahead and do this. And honestly, I'm probably just gonna switch over to this real quick. Give me 1 second. So this should work. If I can get this to just slide over here. Alrighty, so do that and then this. And move it over here. Bada bing, bada boom.
Thanks for joining us on this voyage towards truth and freedom. The freedom is already within you. The truth is already out there. All we have to do is integrate these two things, not fall out with one another, and we'll finally have a machine capable of confronting systemic corruption. Turn on the notification bell right now. We make these stories every single day. We are informed by you. And today's subject is a particularly good example of how we have been educated by you. Because the last time there was a kangaroo court hearing around the behavior of big tech giants, we took a misstep thinking, oh, this is...
Oh, yeah, it is nothing. Oh, yeah, it's totally worked for the better for us. Just really. Is it really? It generally isn't.
Good. Facebook are going to be regulated, and then you pointed out in the comments, no. What's going to happen here is ordinary people will be controlled and blacklisted and observed, surveilled and spied on and banned. This is a trick. You were right back then, and I bet you will be right this time.
Oh, looky
there are congressional hearings to see if TikTok is spying on us and capturing our data. Of course they bloody well are, but so are all big tech organizations. And did you know that many of the people in Congress that are vocally criticizing TikTok literally accept money from TikTok?
See, that's the bias that many of us do not grasp. It's the fact they accept money from those that they're supposed to regulate, which is likely to cause problems down the road. They shouldn't be making any sort of personal money or career-based money they can take home from those they're supposed to regulate. It's just fucked. That's how corruption gets, so much corruption gets overlooked, swept under the rug, etc.
TikTok is a very bad thing and should be stopped, right? I like TikTok, actually, and really, should we just, have a sort of kangaroo court hearing and then say they can carry on but give us a slice of the pie? This is one of those stories that shows you how corruption and criminality within globalist politics is not a bug, it's a feature. It shows you why those mafia films, particularly The Godfather, are a great window into how American institutional life operates. Nice big tech business you got there, be a shame if something happened to it. You give us a slice of the action. How many people watching this think that the ultimate result won't be you help us to regulate TikTok, you give us some sort of slice of the action, and we'll leave you alone? Is it really going to be an end to corruption? How? Who's the institution that's going to stop corruption? They're all corrupt themselves. You know that people in Congress own stocks and shares in the big tech companies that they're supposed to regulate. This is another...
See, that's another good point, too, because Russell Brand talks about that. I was talking to my hairdresser today about this when I was getting my haircut. I told her that basically people like Nancy Pelosi and her husband are a prime example of how lobbying works. So fucking easily. Or not lobbying, but insider trading. Where a congressional member regulates certain companies, but they make profits from those companies they make the laws to regulate, which means they can do that in any which way to benefit them. Especially with how underregulated everything is currently. You feel me? That's exactly how it goes. It's just fucking wild, dude. People don't realize that neither. It's just all the stuff with Big Pharma. Wonder why people profited so much during a pandemic. That would be why.
Example of that, except of course in this instance, it's from a powerful...
Oh, and corruption, obviously.
International rival. So let's learn what's going on in those congressional hearings and the 3 or 4 main ways that this is total hypocrisy, total corruption, and how nothing meaningful will get done because the systems that are governing, administrating, and judging are totally corrupted.
The social media app TikTok came under very intense scrutiny yesterday on Capitol Hill.
Firstly, it's not TikTok, it's TikTok.
TikTok.
In other news, TikTok's just basically the same as all social media sites, but the people in charge are Chinese, though.
TikTok's chief executive was met with intense skepticism.
China might be spying on us. We're about to go to a proxy war with them, so now we must ban it. But it's all for show, to distract you from what's going on. On COVID and everything else. You guys don't understand. It was leaked from a lab. And we did not, have any bit of control over this pandemic whatsoever. We knew what we were doing the whole time, literally, because we were controlling it. That's literally what's going on. Let's also mention the fact of the matter: there's not really much news coverage on any updates with the Ghislaine Maxwell case or anything like that. The cover up of the Nord 2 pipeline bombing that connects Germany to Russia, which fucked up sustainability for Germany. And how we also, I don't know, get our oil from Venezuela, which imports their oil from Russia. So are we really in a war with Russia? I was saying, we're also protecting Russia from the ICC, which is supposed to be unbiased and impartial. Because basically, if we turn in the Russian war crime documents that we have here in the U.S., or like NATO does, they're scared that they're going to get tried for all their war crimes. Just some food for thought.
On Capitol Hill Thursday over the app's security and privacy practices.
We do not trust TikTok will ever embrace American values.
Of course they will. If those values are corruption, taking a piece of the action, surveilling ordinary people, banning dissenting voices, you're going to get along just fine. Let's stop pretending this is about anything other than, look, if you want to carry on with TikTok and give us some of that data and do our propaganda for us, just like all the other social media companies.
ByteDance is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government.
Oh, come on, guys. You're suggesting that the government and big tech organizations don't have deep state infiltration and the people at the state can't control the narrative, and if there were stories that were inconvenient to the government, that you wouldn't stop them or censor them? Are you still talking about China and TikTok? Yeah, why? What did you think we were talking about? Hunter Biden laptop, Twitter files. I mean, I can't even produce enough calls.
Facebook, Instagram, there's a buttload. YouTube, fuck. Microsoft, etc. All fucking censored out anything around COVID or vaccines that basically made it seem like, you know, big pharma companies and the government were corrupt. Just saying. It's not at all, you know, a normal human thing for people to suspect that when there's huge for-profits going on while everybody else is suffering. No, not one bit.
For the corruption.
Has ByteDance spied on American citizens?
I don't think that spying is the right way to describe it.
It's like Edward Snowden never happened. Have you been spying on American citizens? That is the worst, oh shit, Edward Snowden, thing that's happened in the last few years only. And if it happened a few years before that, that was because of terrorism. But doing it now, though, that's what's really smart. I don't even like TikTok. TikTok. What do you mean all quick like that? Just 30 seconds. It makes me feel old. Whether it's TikTok or Facebook or any of them fangam people, they're all spying on you. They're all capturing your data. Is there a way to end it? Here's a little I didn't know something about that. Me earlier. Big thanks to today's video sponsor, Pkmn. Another day, another story about data theft. It makes you think, who actually has access to your personal information? You might think it's a limited number of people, but the scary fact is that data breaches are happening more and more regularly. There are people out there profiting by trading your personal information. They're called data brokers, the bastards. There is a solution to help you remove your personal information from these databases. Thank God, imagine that. If you did this
Data
manually,
brokers.
tried to get your personal information out of these databases, it would take you the rest of your life. You can instead use the tool that I use, Pkmn, to do it automatically for you. It's a service that reaches out to the data brokers and manages the data removal process on your behalf. You create an account with Pkmn using my link below. You grant them the right to work on your behalf to remove the data from the broker's databases. It's that easy. The first 100 people that go to my link, pkmn.com/Brad, will receive 60% off their first month with Pkmn. That's pkmn.com/Brad.
That's a pretty good deal, but it's already like pretty sure 100 people already signed up. Nonetheless, it's still a good fucking service.
We can change the world. Go on.
You damn well know that you cannot
You
protect
damn
the
well
data
know.
and security of this committee. or
You
the
damn well
representative
know,
users
you
of your
fucking Chinese
because It
fucker.
is an extension of the CCP.
Also, there's the added advantage that this amplifies tensions between the United States and China.
Yeah, because like we were saying earlier, proxy war. Or like Supposed to go to war with China and Russia. It's just another distraction in my mind, dude.
In case a proxy war with Russia isn't enough for you to worry about, let's get a proxy war with China started. It's another way of making us all scared all the bloody time when probably...
And make us, have to pay even more for goods and services. And just throwing that out there. You'll own nothing and be happy about it, in the words of Klaus Schwab.
Probably the truth is that all big tech platforms are by their nature exploitative. All of them engage in surveillance, and even organizations like the CDC, after promising that they wouldn't, spied on 55...
Oh, would you imagine that? The CDC lied about something, and they were spying on you. Man, it's almost like they said they weren't doing that or something.
million people in ways they assured you they would not during the pandemic. Once again, there is no legitimate moral platform from which to make these judgments. That's why it sounds crazy. You know that what's likely to come out of something like this is the ability to censor ordinary people more, when what we want is the regulation of the company itself, their ability to bundle
what's the matter, bro? What's wrong, Farah? Why are you freaking out, bro?
Cooperate with the American government in the same way other big tech companies are. What they want is for TikTok to censor on their behalf. The same for all social media platforms. What they should be pushing for is the ability to control the companies.
I said lay down.
You lot, stop stealing people's data, stop spying on them. You can see why it's going to break down, because they are the partners. What they're trying to do is negotiate a better partnership with TikTok, so TikTok are more compliant in spreading their propaganda and preventing independent media, probably like us actually, from using social media sites to convey our message, to receive your stories, and to create alternative movements. Let me know in the chat in the comments if you agree with that.
I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data.
I find that actually preposterous.
This would only become more obviously propagandist if they started claiming that TikTok was somehow bad for kids, and that this whole thing was in order to protect children.
The panel also probed what safeguards the app has to shield teens from harmful content.
Yeah, there you go.
TikTok could be designed to minimize the harm to kids, but a decision...
It could be designed to minimize the harm to everyone. Just like it is with, I don't know, every other social media app out there. Imagine that. It's almost like, American fucking mainstream or not mainstream, social media apps and sites aren't part of this at all or something. It's almost like they don't do that. No, not one bit. They all do. That's the funny thing, bro. We made videos on that too. You guys want to check out the YouTube channel? For real. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Make ones about how they basically all these companies steal your fucking data and shit and just sell it off to the highest bidders, which is fucked because it's your personal private data.
was made to aggressively addict kids in the name of profits.
It's clear that the attempts to isolate
it sounds like they've done that
to treat it
in America.
Dozens of other companies with atrocious records for endangering kids and abusing private data is a pointless exercise. Shouldn't be, but it is. The truth is that if TikTok were to vanish tomorrow, its users would simply flock to any number of other apps that have no qualms about surveilling the most private moments of their lives and amassing, manipulating, and selling off sensitive information about them. Congress was handed ample opportunity to address concerns about children's minds being warped by social media more than a year ago, but when Facebook was caught creepily referring to preteen kids as a source of untapped wealth, Congress in response did nothing.
Oh, imagine that one. Imagine that, you guys. They did nothing. And they said that preteen kids are a source of untapped wealth. It's fucked. Seriously, it's like, oh yeah, them getting hooked on something, it's a totally major profit for us, and that's not at all fucked up for us to think like that. We just need to get these kids hooked on the next fucking social media like it's a fucking jab. Or, that good old jab of heroin. Oh yeah. Every time they fucking do social media. It literally sits there and sends off the endorphins, or triggers endorphin rushes in your brains of dopamine and serotonin, just like you would while you're gambling or any sort of activity where there's addiction. So whether it's shooting up on drugs or gambling, etc. Gambling's the biggest example that they've used to my knowledge. But that gambling addictions is pretty much the same as any other addiction. It's an addictive cycle where you get an endorphin and serotonin rush in an unhealthy way, and when you don't get it, like, you keep trying to go for that, you know, the surge of it, or the rush that you get. It's just like all those emojis and everything like that. It's like, ooh, pretty emojis, ooh. And yeah, they're making you addicted to the shit intentionally. Like, they've literally admitted to it. They make their algorithms like that to make you addicted to the apps. And that's come from your fucking personal private data too. They use it to cater an addiction mindset to you specifically.
So it's not about children. What they have to do is make the conversation about something that any sensible person would think was important in order to get on with their normal business of financial control and psychological domination. So privacy isn't the issue. Why would the government in particular not be interested in privacy? Possibly because they are more likely to spy on you than anybody else and have more power to spy on you than anybody else, and necessarily spy on you because they're not going to cater to your demands, requirements, or even democratic rights.
Just their own.
Show that the same politicians who've publicly attacked TikTok and voted to restrict its use have also accepted donations from top executives with TikTok and its parent company, ByteDance.
Oh, so there it is. What we were talking about earlier. They sit there and accept donations from top executives with TikTok and the parent company, ByteDance. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, so basically, he took 42,500, Kevin McCarthy did, while he was calling for Congress to investigate the app. Do you guys not see the fucking bullshit there? The hypocrisy? It's just playing.
So that shows that what they say means, well, sort of less than nothing, really. TikTok spent over $30 million lobbying the federal government since 2019,
get back up there.
according to Open Secrets, including a record $5.4 million
Get back
last
up there.
year. ByteDance's spending on lobbying was reportedly the fourth largest among internet companies, behind only Amazon, Meta, and Alphabet. So other people that do exactly what TikTok do is Alphabet, Amazon, and Meta. So do you imagine they have a similar agenda? I mean, doesn't the institutional practice itself tell you what results it's likely to yield? In 2021, Sludge reported that 18 senators or their households own stock in the tech companies nicknamed Fangam for Facebook, Apple, Netflix, and Google, parent company Alphabet, Amazon, and Microsoft, valued at a minimum of $9.9 million
Jesus.
and a maximum of $24.6 million.
Oh, wow. Shocker there. It's almost like insider trading or something.
3 senators with stock holdings in big tech are members of the Judiciary Subcommittee on Privacy, Technology, and the Law. 8
That's
other
fucked.
senators whose households own shares in big tech are members of the Committee on Commerce, Science and Transportation, Subcommittee on Communications, Media, and Broadband, which has jurisdiction over the internet. So you have particular subcommittees with a responsibility for regulation of industries that have members that own stocks and shares in the companies that they're literally supposed to be regulating. Couldn't you, in 5 seconds, with the stroke of a pen, ban that forever? Every time they try and do something like that, though, of course, at the last minute, they insert a loophole going, it'd be better if we could carry on doing it in some more opaque way. Should we just insert a loophole? And then they, of course, all agree to that because ultimately they know they're all going to benefit.
So, like, hold up real quick. Hold up. Where have we seen that before, you guys? It's almost like we've seen that with, I don't know, the FDA or the CDC. Predominantly the FDA here, and the facts of the matter that they're supposed to be regulating big pharma companies, but they receive donations all the time from them, and over half of their funding comes from them. Specifically for the party or for the FDA's section that is supposed to be regulating them. Hard to imagine how corruption is done from them, right? We've also done videos on that too. It's just another fucking thing all over again with this stuff. It's just in the big tech industry instead. And I mean, obviously, you know, it's the government, but like Congress is doing it too, which proves that Congress isn't doing nothing much better. It's the same old fucking people that need to be out of fucking office and people need to vote for so we can actually have change for once. And we just need to remove money out of fucking politics like that. Lobbying should be banned because it's bribery in its nature. It's been proven over and over and over again that it literally rigs elections. That's why it's no point in voting for a fucking president, because lobbying ultimately rigs that election with the electoral college, because they just lobby to get votes, which is what essentially, oh, here, we'll give you these goods and monies if you, just vote for us. Or like, we'll do that if, or we'll vote for you or give all these votes to you if you guys will, help us out and make our companies shine a lot better and bigger, Here, we'll give you all this money. Like, it's crazy.
Parent company ByteDance is under investigation by the Department of Justice for alleged spying, and the Biden administration has threatened to ban TikTok unless it divests.
One of the main claims being made against TikTok is that they're spying on the American public. If you're going to spy on the American public,
No.
it better be American. The U.S. Centers for
Lay down.
Disease Control and Prevention spent hundreds of
Say that
thousands
again, you're
of
gonna get the
dollars
blanket of
to buy
shame.
people's data from third-party companies, SafeGraph and Cubic, who are in the business of tracking physical locations. So the
Oh.
CDC have definitely, demonstrably, literally done exactly that. But
So they did the exact opposite of what they said they do. They've been tracking you guys, and which one of us have gotten vaccines and which ones have not. It's almost like, I don't know, Hitler did that or something prior with, what were they? The Jews and homosexuals. Put certain identification markers on them. That was the next step. So that way they could constantly track them. What's that? What would the equivalent be of that? Oh, the vaccine cards. It's just not directly on it. You can't have it just pinstripe there. It's just going to be in your wallet or vice versa at all times. Or on your phone. COVID passports, man. That's just all the same renditions. It might not be the same exact, like, scale, but is same shit, different smell. You feel me?
they have a good reason. The CDC did this in a bid to check on how citizens were complying with lockdown and other COVID restrictions. One of these companies received $1,000 while the other deal was worth $208,000. The CDC was allowed to buy this data thanks to emergency rules enacted because of the pandemic.
They did the same thing with fucking 9/11. Oh, well, they're able to spy on us more because of emergency powers granted specifically for a short time, or they were supposed to be for a short time after 9/11. But then it just became incorporated as daily life, and they constantly spy on us, track our data, track where we're going, etc. Yet they can't stop terrorist attacks from happening, like the Boston Marathon bombing, which they would have data on. And Edward Snowden, a person who had lead positions in the freaking, what is it? Fuck. Not the NIH, but basically the national surveillance state that we have. I forgot what the fucking other damn name is, but like our US has a national security system and or national security governing body which is supposed to regulate and protect us from stuff like that, but they failed, and that's what they were given all those powers for, and it just stayed and never changed, so they could keep breaching people's private data and people on a daily basis.
But the idea
is the NSA, by the way. I just fucking remembered it. But yeah, the NSA can spy on us any moment they fucking want now. Anybody in the government that has access to that shit can spy on us and track us at any given moment in time. These are big fucking tracking devices, too. Especially when they have IMSI catchers. The local police don't need any sort of warrant to tap into your phone and get any access to your calls, messages, etc. All in HD quality. So, you won't even know your phone's getting hacked neither. Because it acts as a cell tower. I'm just saying, your phone will cut out and then, oh, and magically, oh, hey, look, you have service again. And nope, that's not it at all. It's just a fake fucking cell tower. It takes priority over all other ones. So you're basically getting your phone tracked for no reason. Anybody can and will have it happen to them. Like, it's not just for one specific person. It's for anybody within the given range of the radius of that MZ catcher, which we talked videos about that too.
That emergency was amplified and escalated and utilized in order to bring about new regulation or create opportunities for profit is a conspiracy theory, even if you can literally see those things happening. Don't trust your eyes or your own mind. Trust the government. The data safe graph and cubic are...
Oh yeah, because the government's done so well at taking care of us, haven't they? It's not like we're struggling really bad or anything right now. No, not one bit.
Able to get hold of and sell comes from apps installed on phones. But that's different from TikTok because those apps are just, they're not Chinese. In SafeGraph's case, this information covered points like neighborhood patterns, revealing the frequency at which somebody visited a place of interest, as well as where they came to that place from and where they went from there. That sounds like spying to me. Well, all we did was install an app on your phone where we observed how you got from a place to another place than where you went after that place. But other than that, you were free to do whatever you wanted to do without us looking at all. What are you doing now? Where are you going? Get that goddamn data. Cubic, meanwhile, sold its shelter-in-place index data set, and that reveals for how long a phone is inside a house, expressed in percentages, as well as the time people would spend in another state.
Bruh, that's so fucked. It's like, they literally track you wherever the fuck you go. Oh, you have nothing to hide. It's okay. No, it's not, because they literally can get access to anything you fucking talk about, etc. Like, your phones can tap. They literally can turn on the mics in your phones and listen in at any fucking time. The NSA, FBI, and CIA can do that all. Shit, even your smart TVs can be tapped into. That's why I don't want one. Like, I want one without connection to the internet. That's why I like having external devices that'll connect to the internet, not using that shit. Why do you think people put tape over their fucking camera back in like 2012 and shit like that and before? This is the exact reason why, because they could do that at any point in time. It's just crazy.
The goal was to assess who was sheltering in place, as the authorities had mandated. Do you remember all the while through that pandemic, them telling you that wouldn't happen? Are you listening? That did happen. Are you seeing now that the entire congressional hearing around TikTok is totally hypocritical and will only lead to an ability for the state to propagandize TikTok more efficiently and censor ordinary users of TikTok more efficiently? What it will not lead to is more privacy for you. When they say they're going to protect you, they mean they're going to control you. When they say they care about you, they mean they want to regulate you.
Alienate you, ostracize you, manipulate you, etc. Like, it's crazy. Russell Brand's always on point about this shit, straight through and through. I love the man.
When they say they're concerned about TikTok, they just mean they want a slice of the action and the ability to control it like they presumably do all the other big tech companies that they own stocks and shares in while they regulate. All this stuff is palpable and observable. Anyone who tells you this is a conspiracy theory...
Oh, like me. I am a conspiracy theorist. You guys like my tinfoil hat back there? Like, goddamn, you can't have an independent mind and question things, otherwise you're labeled a conspiracy theorist, because that's what it was made to be for when it was coined by the CIA and the FBI back after JFK was assassinated. For anybody that talked in a dissenting way or like in a mistrusting way about the government or about those in power at the time, which is really fucked, because if a lot of people are saying that, then that's a cause. It should be a cause for concern, not, oh, let's censor them and, you know, ostracize them, etc. It's crazy.
Is interested in just some...
Oh, and Lee Harvey Oswald was a patsy. He was a scapegoat. Basic physics proves that. Because magic bullet theory is stupid, and inertia and basic physics shows that he did not shoot him. But, you know, it's whatever. We'll have to wait another 70 years to get all of those files to prove that.
Version of the mainstream. Hey, that's conspiracy theory. What we should do, because we're more sensible and academic, is keep stuff basically the same, because we're invested in this system too. These congressional hearings are a facade, a sham. It's beneficial to the state in a number of ways, escalating tensions between the United States and China, creating another platform that they can ultimately control, creating more cynicism and suspicion, capturing your data, utilizing it to their own ends, like they've been doing with the other social media companies, like they did during the pandemic, like they said they wouldn't. What's required in order for this to end is real systemic change. And when I say that, of course, sometimes I think about radical ways where the world could be decentralized and there could be tribal, locally organized collectives and all sorts of different ways. But right now, what's not radical is you could ban people in Congress from owning stocks and shares at all. That would mean you'd only have people in Congress who were like, oh, wow, I care so much about this, I'm going to
People that actually care about us and, you know, want to do what's right. Not care about just money in their fucking pockets.
give up my right to make money in the stock market. Is that too much to ask? Don't have political parties or Congress people or anyone involved in politics receive lobbying money in any form. That would mean that they would be focused on their bloody job. And do not allow political parties to be privately funded by large corporations. You could make those free laws tomorrow.
Yeah, and our whole fucking country literally could change so quickly for the better on so many different levels. Like, goddamn.
They won't make those laws because that would mean meaningful change that would empower you. The Republicans won't do it. The Democrats won't do it. Nobody will do it.
Yep, because the two-party system has failed and is still failing. And if you haven't realized that, you need to wake up, because it's all just a bunch of bullshit to pit us against each other. Oh, the Republicans. Oh, the Democrats. They're shit. No, they're even bigger shit. We both done the same exact shitty things over and over and over again, but we just sit here and, you know, pit sides against each other. Political theater, so that way you guys are just mad and distracted from Jeffrey Epstein's trial. For all this other shit we're doing, like stealing your personal private data.
Because it would mean meaningful change, and change does not suit them, even though it does suit you. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments in the chat below. If you enjoyed this video, have a look at either of these. They're equally good. Turn on the notification.
I highly recommend the Fauci, the one about watch Fauci's face. He fucking, this dude that he talks, he straight up just rips a hole in them and, like, just dismantles the whole thing. And they just, oh, no, we're just gonna walk away now. Just walk away, just walk away. And it's like, he's not doing anything wrong. You'd think you guys would try to actually, like, convince him a bit more. Instead, you feel me? Oh, no, well, he's being proactive and, like, talking about stuff and asking questions. We need to go to the next person. Because, our vaccines are experimental. We need to walk away, walk away. Go to the next door. Next door. All right, we'll switch over here tonight. But no, I thought we should watch that and talk about it a little bit. But nonetheless, though, it's some fucked up shit. Like, a lot of people don't know that stuff's going on either. That's why you gotta tell your friends about this stuff. And let them know, your friends, your family, your tribe, etc., you know, because that's fucking crazy, man. People don't realize it. It's crazy, but it's happening, and they just do shit like this for, again, political theater and all that fun stuff. Because it does not really matter. But we'll be switching over Pokemon Unite here. Probably talking about who the fucking hell is coming out next for Pokemon Unite for a little bit. And what else is going on? I need to double check, because it's been a minute since I've actually, like, talked about that. Let us see here. What did I tell you, dude? Lay the fuck down. You're getting the blanket of fucking shame, dude. You're bad. You can't get up, dude. I told you. You fucking get into shit too much, so you have to stay there. Alright. Next Pokemon to be released, we're gonna play some not Pokemon, but fucking music. Well, I know why it's not working. Give me 1 second, chat. I'll be right back. I'm going to switch this stuff over real quick. Get ready, Pokemon Unite. Alrighty. Get this shit switched over. Okay. Alrighty, so in case you guys aren't already, feel free to check out our other socials. We do upload to TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook 3 times a day, 3 times a week. For any of you that will not be sticking with us for Pokemon Unite and all the dark humor and me raging, etc. We do things like, you know, talk about this stuff occasionally. Also, you know, talk about things Pokemon based, and you guys will get to see clips of me raging on people being stupid and things like me saying let's go, you know, all that good stuff. And then we also have some cringe content, humor, and all that on there too. If you guys want to check that out, and then obviously check out the YouTube channels. Upload every week. Speaking of which, we will not be uploading this Sunday because I want to make sure I'm able to get my flooring done in my bedroom properly. So if I need any extra time for that, you know, we will just have that time. It's also a good time with the moon cycle and everything for me to just chill and relax. But yeah, so feel free to check that out. Got our main YouTube and our survival YouTubes. Main YouTube's all about exposing corruption and lies within the systems we live in. Predominantly here in the US, we talk about things like the TikTok trial and all the bias around that. In addition to, you know, the whole Trump trial currently going on and his arrest, as well as the bias around that and how we're not going to charge Democratic political leaders or presidents from the past, etc., and Republican ones like George Bush with war crimes, but they're going to try to indict Trump and try to do with him because he's an outsider and he doesn't like their centralization of power. But yeah, even though Trump has himself committed war crimes too. So feel free to check that out. We also talk about stuff going on currently with the bank collapse and all of that. So just a bunch of good stuff talking about all that stuff and what all is going on. The mainstream media will not tell you guys a million percent raw and uncensored truth, and just, you know, presenting what we see and talking about it like truthfully and just brutally honest. We also have our survival YouTube, which is all about surviving independently of the systems we live in, and, you know, saying fuck you to the system, let them know, hey, we can do this shit ourselves, and to help you guys learn how to do shit for yourselves, so that way you can survive and eventually thrive, or even, you know, your family can too. That way you guys all know how to do this stuff and you can survive without the system and make communities and, you know, trade things like we basically, our roots did, you know, our ancestral roots. That's what we used to do. We'd sit there and grow crops and trade them for other things, vice versa, and have a sense of community that actually help each other to grow. But yeah, so if you check that out, we do things like teach you how to make bows, slingshots, tarp shelters, fish for food. Also teach you things like how to forage for foods as well, because, you know, in case you guys are vegetarians, always good to know. Can't get shit from a grocery store. That's not how shit works in real life. You got to go fucking hunt for it. So might as well learn how to do it, especially with how everything's going currently with the economy and how shitty it is, in case it all collapses. It's better to be safe than sorry, and know this stuff. That's why people go camping every year, so that way they know how to procure food, like, instinctually, you feel me, and they just enjoy it, you know? They enjoy being outdoors, which you should, because it's nature. Nature is therapy. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and switch over to Pokemon Unite. Be like a minute or two while I get the title and everything all situated. But yeah, so if you check it out, we're going to talk about Lapras and what's coming for that, as well as, you know, what moves it will have and the whole shebang. But yeah, so feel free to check that one out if you guys would like. If not, until next time, please do check out our recent YouTube video about the Trump trial. I promise you it's some quality content for sure. We talk about all the biases around that and how the people charging Trump are very biased. And how the U.S. and NATO are actually protecting Putin from being convicted of war crimes, so that way they, in turn, don't get trialed for them. It's kind of weird, isn't it? So, considering the fact we're in the middle of a proxy war with them, you think since we're in a war with them, we wouldn't protect them? Huh? Weird. But yeah, so feel free to check that out, my dudes. And if I don't see you again, feel free to join us on Friday for Movie/Weeb Night. We'll do that around 10:45 p.m. As per usual. Watch things like anime. We can do dark humor memes. Watch stuff like that. Like Meat Canyon. Quality fucking memes there. And, you know, anime conspiracy videos or documentaries on stuff like what we talk about, or how Hitler didn't actually kill himself, and the factual basis from CIA and FBI investigations that's in that on the History Channel documentary they have. And just, you know, whatever fits the boat, you know, or whatever's clever for that day. But yeah, nonetheless, though, my dudes, do appreciate you guys very much. And until next time, please don't forget to, you know, live long and prosper, take care and peace, keep it 1,000,000% real, and as always, fuck the system. If I don't see you guys